Good morning, traders. It's Clayton Allen here, the host of the Day Trading Plumber podcast and founder here at Allen FX. I'm so glad to have you with me here this morning on this beautiful Sunday. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit subscribe below so you catch my videos in real time. And if you've been here a while, go ahead and hit like. It really helps support the channel and helps support the show. Okay, so if you're new, every Sunday I go through the charts, all the majors and crosses that we trade here at Allen FX, and we look at pivot points and support and resistance. Doesn't mean we just jump into trades in those zones, but really what I'm doing is I'm plotting support resistance zones in either bullish or bearish coloring. So when I'm on these smaller time frames during the week and price gets into that zone, it kind of pulls me back out like, hey, guess what? We're entering a highly probable bullish or bearish zone. If you got any questions or comments, or if you want more information on the strategies that I trade, jump on over to allenfx.com and check out the 1% Club training courses, or jump onto the Journeyman Signal service where I do a free hour-long training every Thursday night for those subscribers. All right, guys, let's not waste any more time. Let's jump on the charts. All right, bam. If you're wondering, I use tradingview.com. Wonderful charts. Everything is awesome. It's free. I'll put a link in the show notes below if you want to do the paid subscription service, which gives you a lot more capabilities. I love the replay option on there. I'll put a link below that saves you $30. All right, let's check it out. All right, just a quick review. If you are wondering what, I have the standard pivots indicator on the Fibonacci setting, and I have it locked on weekly. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to move it to monthly because we're going to be looking at larger time frames for the Sunday setups. I'm going to go to a daily chart, and we want to see what's happening on the monthly here. Okay? All right. Here, let's just see what happens if we go auto. You may hear my kids in the background because it's the weekend and I have them. And they don't like to be quiet while I record. So if you have kids out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't have kids, you will figure it out if you ever have kids one day. All right. So AUD, CAD, we can see we hit at the monthly S2. We broke below it, but now we have kind of a pin bar forming. So we're far above the 200 period moving average. We had broken through this little support right here, which I'm going to make my make or break zone. And then I am going to put this as our bullish zone. And we have a really good resistance zone right here for our bearish. All right. Hey, you guys, I'm recording. Oh, come on. He's fine. Here, shut my door. Jocko in here. All right, thank you. Kids. All right, let's jump on over to Australian dollar, Swiss franc, and see what we got. So, we have bounced off this support zone here on the daily. You can see we definitely rejected off this support. So I'm going to be looking for a possible retest of this area. And then I want to get long. It's not a bad area. It's not a bad area to be thinking long right where we're at, because we touched down, we went to the 200 period moving average, and then now we're kind of just resting right at the 200 period moving average. So out of the gate this week, we may want to see that pop. We might see that pop up, or we're going to retest. So I'm going to look for that retest before I get long. or a confirmation that we break above this high. All right, Australian dollar JPY, kind of the same thing. A lot of these pairs are all looking the same. We had some definite bearish moves on the Australian dollar, but now we can see we've kind of stalled out. Here we're hitting S3 and the 200 period moving average on the daily here. Let me get rid of these old alerts. But that's what we're looking. We got to confirm that we're stalled out here. And this Friday candle is pretty telling that we're going to respect this level. So we need to see out of the gate, are we going to get that push up, or are we going to get that continuation down? Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar looks a lot the same. We are in a bullish trend. We're testing the bottom of that trend now. So could be a really good time to buy, or it could be reversal time. All right. Australian dollar, US dollar, same thing. These all kind of look the same, right? Big bullish trend, but we've got a really good big pullback happening right now, which means we could get a really good place to make that buy or confirm we're going to make this big reversal. We are sitting on 30 on the RSI, so I'm going to be probably most likely looking to go long on those Australian pairs next week. Excuse me. So we've popped up bullish to the monthly R1. We were in a really strong upward trend. We've broken that trend, and now you can see we might be making a run to retest, or we're retesting this area right here. This is going to be a really big area. That's more of a make or break. Is this a true reversal? Are we testing the top again? And then if the bears show up, this is a great place to buy or sell, excuse me. And then if we bust through, we have a really good place to, really good target to take our buys all the way up to this bearish zone. Jocko, I got a new dog, guys. Sorry. He's been locked in here because he torments the kids. Being a dad and a single dad is always fun. All right, Canadian dollar JPY. Man, did we stall out perfectly on this monthly S2. So that tells me, guys, we have a really good inflection point on this as a make or break zone. So what we're going to do now is confirm a push up or confirm a bust through and sit down. And we'll go long or short, but I'm feeling a little long biased on this. If we draw a trend line across, and now we're kind of making that fit. Let's right there. We might just see that push up, or we're going to get a really good breakdown. We got a lot of downside potential. Swiss franc JPY, we have broken this former resistance. Now we're settled right on this S3 and 200 period moving average. So we're right at the point where we're going to find out if we're going to get this push back up or down. It is awesome that we came all the way back down and got out of it here. But right now, it's either going to be a really good time to buy, or we are switching trends and we are going to bust possibly all the way down to here. EUR AUD. EUR AUD, we are testing this resistance line right now. And the monthly R2, we had a big push down to retest that 200 period moving average. I kind of feel like we're going to see this move near the end of the month. The euro, I don't think the euro's that strong, okay? And we're testing that Really big resistance level here. Euro Swiss franc, we're kind of in the middle of those two zones, so we're still kind of weary on direction, but I kind of think we're going to pop up, test this R1. That will give us a good opportunity for a sell. Euro GBP, got a big bullish run here, guys. Big bullish run. We broke through this resistance and we're retesting it. Let's shrink that down a little bit. Okay. I want to think we're bullish off of that. We very well could get bullish run to at least this double top. And guys, it's not a bad trade if you catch it right. It's still 132 pips if you catch this trade here at the bottom, which it does feel that way because if we run a Fibonacci, right, we're sitting right at the 618 right now for that continuation of that bullish, this bullish push. Jocko, stop. Jeez, trying to work here, bro. Lay down. All right, Euro JPY. All right, so we busted through. We went short. We're stalled out on the S3 and pretty close to that 200 period moving average. So we are in a good spot to look for a buy, or we are reversing this pattern. Euro NZD must have a bunch of old trades on here. So, ooh, there they are. Whatever. I'll do that later. Judging, we got a pretty good trend line opportunity. We dip below it. Now we're testing this. Came all the way back up to the monthly pivot. You see how he touched the monthly pivot and then went bearish? That kind of tells me we want to go bearish again, at least back down to that S1. You can see 2 Sundays ago, I was looking for that push. We went through some, all the way back down to S2 and back up. So I'm going to look bearish on this pair, only because we've touched the pivot. We went bearish the last day of the week. And wow, Euro US dollar is looking really like we had divergence here on the daily, which over here at Allen FX tells us I like this all the way down to the 200 period moving average. So if we see more bearish, if we break this S3 level, I'm going to sell this puppy all the way down to that 200 period moving average. Euro CAD, we right at an inflection point right here in the middle. We're kind of in between those two, so no real direction. GBP AUD, we got a nice bullish push the last 2 weeks. Excuse me, after a really big dip. That's why I have my bullish zone down here. You can see we didn't quite always get all the way to it before we went bullish. But now, guys, we've almost touched that pivot. And because we didn't actually touch the pivot, see how we came up short? I like that move. That's a 68 pip move. Highly probable from where we're sitting right to that pivot. And then that's going to tell us where we want to go. That's our inflection zone. There we go. GBP CAD. We dipped below S3. Now we've kind of hovered the 200 period moving average there. If we come back down to this, I'm a buyer. Right now, let's just extend that out and make it a little bit more obvious what we're looking for. I don't think we're going to get all the way up there. Right now, we're kind of stuck below this 200 period moving average. So I would rather be bearish. Got down for this double bottom move. GBP Swiss franc, we've kind of double bottomed in our bullish zone. Move all the way back up to S2. We may see a run to that monthly pivot. GBP JPY, kind of the same thing. However, we didn't come all the way down into here, and we were really strong bearish. So we may see that move this week. GBP USD, we've stalled out on the 200 period moving average. So if we go bullish, it's going to happen here. If we break below considerably, we got a lot of downside potential on this puppy. GBP NZD, we are in a bullet. Here's our bullish zone. Our bearish zone we have all the way up here. And yeah, I like we double bottomed here below S3. That was our signal to go long. But now I think we might just continue long at least that 200 period moving average. We'll just have to see. NZD CAD. So still in an upward trend. Our bullish zone is down here near the 86.104. We have our bearish up here. We're kind of in the middle, and we're sitting right on that monthly pivot. NZD CHF in a downward trend, and we touched the monthly pivot. And now we're kind of, in between R1 and monthly pivot. We do have a pretty good support forming right here that we want to make sure we have on our radar. Hold on. So we rejected in our bullish zone right here. I like long on this pair this week. NZD JPY. The JPY is pretty weak right now, or at least last week. And I do find prices like to come back. If you had a really bad week, they usually come back a little bit. All right, NZD USD, we're sitting right on S2, the monthly S2, S1, and the 200 period moving average. It's setting up for a good long buy run, or we're just going to have to wait to see if it breaks down. USD CAD, same thing, but opposite. We had a big bullish run back to the 200 period moving average. We are sitting right at a former support. We're going to see if we tests it as a new resistance. But I'm going to be short this pair this week. Only if I see weakness in the dollar. USD Swiss franc, same thing. It's making a run. It was sitting on the monthly pivot down here in our bullish zone. We got that good run. I'm almost confident we're going to hit that monthly R3 level. USD JPY in our last pair that we review here. It's been a rough Sunday setups video. I will contest. We dipped all the way down to the monthly S3 and perfect move back to that pivot. I'll be honest, guys. Last week, I saw this. I was traveling Monday. I missed the initial move and just played this pair like crap all week. Ended up taking a pretty substantial loss over in my income, my brand new income live account that I started to document to see if I could do what I normally thought was impossible. I'm trying to see if I could take a $50,000 cash account and trade this new day trading system that I've put together. And if you're interested in learning what those strategies are, jump on over to AllenFX, fill out the form, join the Journeyman Signal Service group, and you will get weekly training from me on the strategies I'm using for my own live income account. Now, first 2 weeks out of the gate with it, I've banana had some moves, and I'm playing a little catch up now. But if you want to watch how I do that and get to where I'm being consistently profitable with that $50,000 account, enough to where someone can live a decent life. My goal is to make $10,000 or more each month on a $50,000 live account, pay myself, and then hopefully grow that account over time to where I'm giving myself a raise. If you want to be a part of that documentation and that run, and you want to see my FX books verified account, jump on over to allenfx.com, fill out the form, join the Journeyman Signal Service group. You'll get all the signals live as I put those trades in on my own live account, and then you'll also get to watch how I make a living or destroy a living, I guess, over there. All right, guys, it's been great. Thanks for dealing with my dog and my kids this morning. I found myself a little caught off guard and not be able to get up early enough to get it done before they woke up. But I'm a real person. I have a real life. So do you. If you're interested in being coached by me personally for 6 weeks, and then I hand over an automated system that has been a proven automated system for me that I've used for the last 7 years, and have me teach you personally. Again, go to allenfx.com, look for my 1% Club courses, and I'd love to see you in there. I'm filling classes now for the January 1st next class. Have a great weekend, and let's go make some money together next week. Over and out.